Jodechi Jones writes, is there an actor that you like that anyone else can't stand? Mine is Hayden Christensen.
Nobody likes Hayden Christensen. Oh, no. Oh, sorry.
Is there
That
actor
you
can't
like
stand?
and everyone else doesn't like.
Everybody else doesn't like. Oh, gosh. That's
That's a weird one. Steve Buscemi. Just kidding. Everybody
Everyone
likes
I
loves
him.
love Steve Buscemi.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
joking. It's
he's
like
great.
I can't really think of one. It's like,
Oh, my gosh. Okay, there's the guy right now, and I'm forgetting his name. He was in Saving Silverman.
Jason Biggs?
No, the second guy. The guy who plays like his best friend in it.
I can't remember.
Jack Black.
No, and he was in right now he's in Modern Family as the next door neighbor. Why is his name eluding
Bob
me?
Stimpenson.
No.
Bill Frififisons.
You answer the question and I'll look.
Steve
look it up.
Zahn?
Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn's
Oh,
awesome.
He's
I like
awesome.
Steve Zahn.
Yeah.
Really?
I
thought
love
most
Steve
people
Zahn.
didn't like Steve
He's
Zahn.
he's a voice in Good Dinosaur also.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's right. He's the
I
pterodactyl.
like Steve Zahn.
That's right.
Man, I got to think about that.
How about
Jai
next
Courtney.
Oh,
I love Jai Courtney. You guys hate him.
Bing bong.
I don't know.
How about next question,
All
Ashley?
right. Let's go next question.
Awesome Sauce writes, any chance on another Matrix? Stay awesome.
Nah. I mean, it's possible they'll reboot it at some point, but like they drove that thing into the ground. Like they had like the best thing ever.
Yep.
I'm one of the few people that I didn't mind Matrix 2. I thought there was enough redeeming qualities about Matrix 2.
The Keymaster.
That I still enjoyed it.
Really?
The twins, the highway fight, like all. I thought there was enough redeemable stuff. Monica Bellucci. I thought there was enough good stuff in that second one that I still enjoyed it, but it was a significant decline in quality. And then just forget 3. That was just a mess.
Yeah, it was. There were rumors going around for a while that they were going to try to do a new one, but the other problem is that the Wachowskis can't buy a hit right now. And if they're going to do the Matrix, it's not going to be with the Wachowskis.
No. Honestly, I'm probably skipping whatever the Wachowskis direct. After watching Jupiter Ascending, I've just given up on them.
Come on, Jupiter Ascending wasn't that bad. It's like the Chronicles of Riddick.
A lot of people like that. So a lot of people like
it's
not Jupiter
guilty.
Ascending. I'm thinking of the one before that. Yeah.
A lot of people like being choked out while having sex.
That
too.
wasn't
that
on
doesn't
my-
mean
not
it's
Cloud
Not Ju-
Atlas.
It wasn't Jupiter. It's a Cloud
Really
Atlas.
like Cloud Atlas.
Cloud Atlas.
I like
Okay.
to say that out of the
Yeah.
5 parts of Cloud Atlas, I really like 2 of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you know what? I love The Matrix, and I recently rebought it like a year ago. So I have the one and only thing that they made called The Matrix, which I think is fantastic. You just don't count 2 and 3. I think that was like a bad mistake. They could say whatever they want about their movie, but I, as a consumer, don't like those 2 sequels. I just think the first Matrix is a fantastic, amazing film, and I even like the Animatrix, the animated version.
Animatrix was
They have some really
Animatrix was
cool,
pretty good.
some
The
cool
Animatrix was
stuff
pretty
going
good.
on in there. I just think there was a lot of bad decisions and weird casting, and it felt like I'm watching a bad episode of Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, the
Remember, they're
anima-
like, "We are the consuls." Like, where's Neo and Morpheus? I
Right.
don't care about these weird characters. You know,
The Animatrix could have been the movies.
Yeah.
Like, they could have spun those stories into the
that
actual
would have been
movies.
fantastic.
Here's a quick question. Who's the guy? I know it wasn't Donnie Yen, but I remember for a long time I thought it was Donnie Yen. Who's the guy who played Seraph? Do you remember like the dude all in white who was like
Oh, and yeah.
the girl's
right,
the
right,
woman's
right.
bodyguard? Okay, I looked at it. It's an actor who I'd never heard of. It's a guy by the name of Colin Cho. Which is, I remember at first I remember, is that Donnie Yen? And I knew it wasn't Donnie Yen. I like Seraph. I thought Seraph was pretty cool. Okay, what's next?
Shanti writes, what's up with The Incredibles 2? I need this movie in my life.
I need it so bad. Okay, what's up with it? It should have come out 5 years ago. That's what's up with it. We also, and for those of you who are interested, we put up a video early this morning called the Top 10, where we count down the top 10 Pixar films of all time. And I believe The Incredibles was number 2 on our list. I
It
think
was up there.
after we did our whole calculation of all the votes,
Yeah,
I
we
believe
all
it came in
chimed
number
in on
2. But go check out that video, see what came in number 1. It's moving along. Brad Bird just did a little bit of talking about it recently. He's working hard on it. This thing is in full motion. It's coming. I can't remember if they have a release date for it yet or not.
I think it's. I hate to say it's 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even like
late.
coming out in 2 years. It's like 3 years. It's a painfully long wait.
June 21st, 2019.
2019.
So
That's even
so
worse.
you got a long wait, my friend.
Oh, boy.
Wow, that's
Just
why
get
am I-
I
married
guess
and
they're-
have kids and settle down. That's what's going to happen.
That's your mission now.
Yeah.
Have procreate so you
Yeah.
can watch this movie with your
With your
children.
4-year-old children.
The Star Wars trilogy will be almost over.
I know. What the hell, Brad Bird? Come on. You're killing us.
All right, what's next?
Wade/Hip Square 2000 writes, do you think that Krampus will be a hit with modern audiences and perform well at the box office?
Nope.
You know what?
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I'm very curious about it, but I'm not sensing a lot of wide interest in it.
I am not either. I'm wearing my Krampus sweater You get this at Middle of Beyond, guys. It's an amazing sweater. I wore this because I wanted to talk about Rare Exports, which is an amazing film made in Sweden. It's a Krampus movie that you should see if you haven't seen it. Look it up.
I'm so glad you said it's a Krampus movie because I'm like, where are you going with this?
I know, Rare
I want to
Exports.
talk about Rare Exports.
But no, because I couldn't remember it yesterday. We were talking about Krampus because it's got a really weird title. It's a disservice to the film, the title itself. It's called Rare Exports. Look it up. It will become your classic movie that you watch every Christmas. It's amazing. It's a great horror film. That being said, I don't know about Krampus. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to see it opening day because I love horror films. So I want this to be great.
And I love Adam Scott.
I like the cast. Keckner's in it. It's got a great cast. It feels like it could be a really fun horror comedy. You got Doherty, who, I think did a great job writing and directing Trick or Treat. Let's not talk about Superman Returns, but what he did with Trick or Treat was, I think he did a great return to the horror anthology, which we all love from Creepshow. I know this isn't a horror anthology, but I've seen a lot of the designs of some of the creatures that Krampus is controlling. It looks like it's going to be a really fun horror comedy, so I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to see it tonight, and I'm not like the biggest horror fan, but I like when they're done well. I mean, and I know Cabin in the Woods isn't necessarily a horror movie, but it was kind of like a spoof on the horror film.
It was awesome though.
I love that movie, and I want to see something that's different. I like movies that they do turn the genre kind of on its head a little bit, and the cast is amazing, but I don't think that translated into automatic hit.
Right.
I think that it's because people aren't going to know necessarily what it is.
Right.
I don't think it's going to perform very well at the box office.
But if you love it and tell everyone,
I still don't think it'll do anything.
All right, time for one last question.
All right, Gabriel Bailey writes, what do you think about toy marketing possibly spoiling plot details of films like Avengers, Star Wars, B versus S?
Yeah, we have seen it happen in the past. And I think in the last year or two, you've seen the relationship between the toy companies and the movie studios trying to tighten that up to try to limit the amount of spoilers that get out as a result of, popping up these toys at toy fairs for a movie that doesn't come out for 9 more months. It's like, I guess that's what Megatron's looking like in the next movie or something like that. I think they're working on tightening that up because they have to. There's just, when you have these big public expos and you're releasing stuff that you don't want, as a film marketer, you don't want the general audience to know for another 6 months or so, that's a problem. And I think they've been ranching it down on it a bit.
You know what? It's really funny that's a good question because yesterday we talked about the Batman v Superman teaser. And you and Ellis were both saying, I think it's a dream sequence. A toy fair from like several months ago had released that action figure of him in the desert outfit, and it's called Nightmare Batman.
With
but
a K.
It's with a K,
Nightmare,
so like Dark Knight. Nightmare Batman. I still think I don't think it's a dream sequence. I think it's part of the movie. But most of the people who were online yesterday were saying, it's the toy. It's telling you it is a dream sequence. So everyone is now surmising that it is a dream sequence. I'm like, look, just because the toy is called, they've released a ton of like Man of Steel toys that have nothing to do with Man of Steel or Batman, Dark Knight toys. You have like, look at Balloon Batman. That's not in the movie. Some weird dude who's all floating in a red outfit. I'm like, I don't know what that is. Is that in the movie? Just because they call it something doesn't mean it necessarily even corresponds to what the character or the action is in the film. So we'll have to all wait 3 months, but I don't know.
And it's not just toys; it's these stinking coloring books. And Star Wars. There was this one Star Wars kids book that just came out and ruined the entire plot.
No,
how that thing got? I didn't read it. I read I saw one thing and I was like, whoa, and I stopped reading it. But like how that thing got out there, and especially from Lucasfilm, who's been so good at not. And then I guess Amazon posted the soundtrack list for Star Wars.
Now people are reviewing that and giving spoilers on that. How is it possible to avoid these things?
It's tough, man, especially with, I think that the problem with toys is you don't always get something like when they're going to release a movie, you want to gear up to it and get to it. And sometimes like Christmas time is when you have to release certain things. So if Batman v Superman coming out in March, you want to get ahead of it. Put it out in December to start selling these things, and you get the word out, but you don't have to spoil it.
I remember there was this one situation that happened just last year where Sons of Anarchy is a show we all love around here. Sons of Anarchy was coming to an end, and this woman wrote the book on Sons of Anarchy. Basically, wrote the book on it, about the production of the story behind it, and wrote the whole book on it. And it was supposed to be released the day after the series finale aired. And one bookstore put it out a week early.
Yeah.
And in the book, the ending of the series is revealed. I remember Kurt Sutter, the showrunner. Remember this? He got online and went on this profanity. He was talking about, they're fucking heads are gonna roll.
People were fired.
Yeah, he was so pissed, and that's the type of risk you run when you get into merchandising marketing, whether it's books, toys, coloring books, whatever. It's one of the dangerous holes.
What do you guys think about, like, because Star Wars is coming out December 18th?
Yeah.
Now,
14th
families
for some of us.
families have to buy their kids presents. They can't wait till the 18th when all these, like, I guess all the Star Wars figures or whatever, like a lot of the third act, they're coming out later, is what I keep hearing. So they're not like, so the spoilers for the movie, the action figures or whatever, the toy sets, aren't coming out until later.
The Darth Plagueis toy will come out, or the Supreme Leader Snoke toy will come out after the movie is released.
But what I'm saying is, like, how do families deal with that, where they're like, oh, December 18th, or how does Disney deal with that, where we want to get all those toys into Toys R Us before the movie opens on December 18th, so that families have more than 4 days to buy Christmas presents, you know?
They're going to sell so many BB-8 toys, I don't think they're worried about it.
Yep.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.